Welcome back to Championship Court. Grand Rapids, Michigan is playing host to the 2022 Beer City Open. We are moments away from the gold medal match for women's pro singles. Michelle McMahon alongside Dominic Catalano. And it is Salome Davidze taking on Paris Todd, two top 10 singles players in the world for women's pickleball. Davidze making a name for herself, turning pro as recent as January of 2022. Paris Todd has only been playing pickleball for 8 months. As it relates to Salome Davidze, 36 years old, based out of Jupiter, Florida. She told me her brother signed her up for the U.S. Open and said, well, you better start training, and that's how she turned into a pro. Obviously has a prolific tennis background in her own right. What has impressed you the most about her journey to get to this gold medal match, Tom?
Where she was when she first started and where she is right now. It's been a huge leap, especially in singles. She started as just a baseline player and started and got some success doing that because of her tennis background and what she could do with the ball. But then players started to figure her out and figured out what they can do against her. She needed to figure out how to get to the net, and she has improved her game immensely and put herself in the gold medal match here.
She is the 10th ranked women's singles player in the world. Paris Todd is number 8. She has many shots in her back pocket. What impresses you the most about Paris Todd's game as she's been an early new entrance to the pickleball landscape?
Paris Todd has come onto the scene with a force, and she is a player to be reckoned with. I think she had won 3 tournaments in a row, back-to-back-to-back weekends on the single side, and she has just come in, and you just need to watch out for everything with her game. Two-handed backhand, athleticism, big forehand. She'll come to the net, she will put pressure on you. She has the complete game, and by being that complete player, puts her in gold medal matches on a consistent basis against the best players in the world, where she is now considered one of the top players in singles and the women's side.
So 2 former tennis pros going at it. We would expect a lot of baseline play in this one. Where's the biggest difference for these ladies in terms of transitioning from tennis to pickleball?
It's picking and choosing when they're going to get to the kitchen line, right? And so when they're able to pick and choose the right times to come up, that's going to be the difference maker. Where both of these ladies first started off playing pickleball and playing baseline to baseline, now both of them are coming to the net and playing that game. So it's going to be very interesting between both players of when and where they pick and choose their moments to get to the kitchen line.
I was asking Davidze her strategy going into these matches, and she just said, quite honestly, I'm still so new to the sport that I just get out there and try to play my best game and get after it. Says her baseline play is obviously where she's strongest, but getting to the net is an area of improvement, as you've been talking about all night long. This is the gold medal matchup, and if Paris Todd wins, it is her gold medal to take home. If Davidze wins, Paris Todd gets another shot with a final game match to 15 points, but this one is the best 2 of 3 games to 11.
As the players finish their warm-up again, just reminded of both of these ladies. Big two-handed backhands, big forehands, and again, the difference maker, in my opinion, for this match is who's going to get to that net first.
And we should remind you, in addition to these medal matchups, is the video replay protocol, which we will review with you as it is newly implemented here tonight at the Beer City Open. Here's how it works. Each player team gets 1 video challenge per game. They must have a timeout available to use it. If they win the challenge, they retain their timeout, but they do not retain the video challenge. They lose the video challenge, they lose the video challenge and the timeout. Video challenges are only used during pro medal matches. What do you think the biggest advantage to utilizing this protocol is, Dom?
Well, I love it. It's just taking our sport to another level, and that's where it needs to go. We want to see this because the big difference too here is there's a lot of money on the line now in a lot of these tournaments, and so finding a way to make things correct is huge in our sport, and this is just a step in that direction.
Paris Todd will kick off the serving here for game number 1 in this gold medal match. Todd goes for the rip, just a little bit wide. Davidze steals it right back.
That's a ball at Davidze. Get warmed up here a little bit. Almost, again, this feeling out process in the beginning of game one. She won't miss that shot very often.
Not an easy road for either player to get to this point. Davidze, most notably taking down Irina Terashenko as the seemingly underdog in that matchup. Paris Todd breaks the scoreboard first. She's up 1-0.
That's a good ball down the line from Davidze. Todd let it go like she knew that was going to be out. Ball on the line for Davidze.
Davidze's been playing tennis since she was 6 years old. Says the transition was a fun one. Pickleball's easier on the body. That ball sails long. Todd recovers the serve.
You talked about Davidze. We had the match against Terashenko. She handled that 15-4. And then the next match, or match earlier we saw, was Paris Todd versus Georgia Johnson. Todd won 11-0, 12-10.
Todd called it out. Davidze looking for confirmation, on whether or not that ball was long.
So call was out. Todd looking directly down at that. Ball was out. As we see that.
It's a cool action shot. Paris Todd takes back the serve. Ball is wide. Davidze looks to get on the scoreboard for the first time in this matchup. Davidze holding her own at the baseline.
That's a good ball there from Davidze. When she's hitting these ground strokes, it's not just getting it up and over. She's getting it up, over, and deep and pushing Todd back behind that baseline. So Todd is hitting those ground strokes from behind the baseline.
Ball was called out. Todd recovering the serve. Any trends you're noticing so far in this game, Tom?
No, it's still almost a feeling out process right here for both ladies. 2-1. Davidze on the board now. No real rhythm to this match so far. I've only seen Todd come to the net once. I've seen Davidze come numerous times. And I think that's what you're going to see mostly right now. Todd's going to be very content with playing baseline to baseline. Davidze's going to want to change this. Here comes the backhand serve.
And what's the advantage to switching to that serve?
So Davidze, every once in a while, she'll start to drop that. And what she does a drop serve. But she drops it and then rips her two-hander. She loves the two-hander. She's had some success with it. And all it is it's changing the pace up for her opponent.
What a rip for Davidze, finding the open court.
It's tough right here. I'd like to see Paris Todd drop this cross court. She tries to slip that past Davidze. She's all over that. I'd like to see Todd go forehand cross court, make Davidze move.
1-2.
That's a good drop there from Paris Todd. And that's what she might need to do too here, is that as she sees Davidze come up to that kitchen line, hit a drop shot. Right, hit a drop shot in front of her like you're playing doubles and see what you can do with that.
Off the post for Davidze. Paris Todd builds on her lead.
Great ball and approach there from Davidze. She again is coming to the kitchen line, putting that pressure on Todd.
Davidze back to serve.
1-3.
Back to the forehand serve.
What a shot for Salome Davidze, setting herself up nicely for the finish.
Big let's go out of Davidze here. And like you said, Michelle, great setup. She pushed Paris Todd into that corner, created a huge open space.
2-3.
Wow.
What a shot.
That's a huge two-hander there from Salome Davidze. Watch her approach this. Had Paris Todd moving back to the middle.
Salome Davidze ties things up
3-3.
here in game number 1 of this gold medal match. It's a good thing her brother signed her up for that US Open earlier this year, because there's nowhere but up from here.
Just misses that sideline right there. Big timeout here for Todd. See if she can answer. Like to see Todd try and put some pressure on Davidze now by coming to the kitchen line. See if she makes an adjustment. Yeah, and Davidze just continues to put pressure on, and what she's doing is, what I mean by putting pressure on is, she's closing ground and coming to that kitchen line. It's forcing Paris Todd to try and hit the perfect shot.
3-3.
Yeah, and there it is again. She's hitting and moving forward, and she's also keeping that ball low, so she's forcing Todd to hit up on the ball.
What a shot, Paris Todd retaliating.
Now, that wasn't the time I'd want Davidze to come up. Paris Todd's feet are set. She's ready to hit. That ball's in the middle. Davidze comes up in the middle, but Paris Todd has too many angles to work with right there. Got to come up at the right time. Right there, that's the right time. She had Todd on the move to the forehand side. She's able to come to the net, put pressure on her with the next ball, and force the mistake.
Davidze back to serve, carrying a 1-point lead. It's a baseline battle.
Look at these balls that Davidze's hitting.
What a shot, Paris Todd.
Absolutely incredible from both of these ladies. Just when Todd looked like she was on her heels. Oh, intensity out of Paris Todd right there with the big come on.
Paris Todd, outside of pickleball, is an entrepreneur. Started a clothing line 4 years ago called Wasted USA. That ball is wide. Todd tying things up. And you can definitely tell both of these players come from a prolific pro tennis background.
I mean, just the intensity from both of them right now. I mean, in the Ignatowicz and Avertsil match, it was a lot of smiles and laughing and joking around. I haven't seen a smile out of either one of these ladies. And Todd finally getting to the kitchen line, but watch when she comes up. Planted nice and easy, but she had Davidze on the run. She's got to put that pressure on her if she wants to be successful in this match.
5-4.
Davidze fired up for that side out. Looking to get this back tied up and take a lead.
Your score is 4. Opponent has 5. 4-5.
That is a good ball from Paris Todd. She went flat down that line.
Todd will take back the serve, maintaining a 1-point lead.
5-4.
What a finish, Paris Todd.
Again, watch, she gets Davidze on the complete run in the corner. Paris Todd able to close that gap, create a good angle, and end that point. Now Todd's starting to figure out Davidze and what she needs to do against her.
And what exactly is that?
It's go sideline to sideline, create those angles, and come up when she needs to. And now it's forcing Davidze to try and be perfect down those lines. Good adjustment in game here from Paris Todd, and see what Davidze does to counter that move.
Paris Todd with the overhead finish, catching Davidze in troubled water, and she capitalizes.
That's just textbook right there from Paris Todd on the overhead.
1 minute. Score is 8-4.
Timeout called on the court. Paris Todd seemingly pulling away. What's created this momentum swing for her, Dom?
So it looked like it was all Davidze early on in this matchup. As she was controlling the kitchen line, keeping Paris Todd back, not allowing her to get to the kitchen line. Paris didn't even want to come to the kitchen line, it looked like, because of Davidze's play. But now Paris in-game has made an adjustment to say, okay, if she's going to come to the net, I need to come to the net a little more as well, but I need to come at the right time. And what she's doing is she's pushing Davidze to the corners, and she's creating a good angle for herself to come up to the kitchen line and hit winners and end those points. So she's done a good job of in-game adjustment. Let's see what Davidze can do to try and bounce back here. Got Ryan Sherry and Kyle Yates over there in the corner of Paris Todd. Right now, I'm not telling her much to change and just telling her and being positive with her, telling her, keep doing what you're doing because it's working. You got an 8-4 lead here in game 1.
8-4.
Davidze with another rip.
Yeah, good time out there from Davidze. She capitalizes. I don't know if that was a planned drop shot there from Paris Todd, but almost like maybe a miss hit. But it works out as Davidze comes in on the run, overhits that a little bit.
When is the right time to drop it in singles?
Your opponent's way back on that baseline, and you're going to drop that and come in. There again, it's Paris Todd figuring it out right now. Watch her pin Salome Davidze back in the corner where she's got to hit that on a full sprint, and it's all or nothing from Davidze. She's either going to hit a winner or Todd's going to come up and put that ball away.
9-4.
Paris Todd 2 points away from a game 1 victory. That was a nice forehand rip by Davidze. Oh my goodness, make that 2.
Side out.
Two great balls there from Davidze, and watch Paris Todd full split here to try and get this ball. And I might have trouble getting up after that, but I am not Paris Todd.
4-9.
Davidze back to serve. Paris Todd covering every angle on this championship court.
And you watch, and we saw Davidze after that point to the opposite corner, almost telling herself that's where I should have went.
Paris Todd working sideline to sideline. Davidze hangs in and gets this point. What did you like here?
I mean, Davidze's just grit. She could have gave up on a couple of those balls. She didn't, and forced Paris Todd to just hit one more ball, and Todd makes a mistake. Ball goes outside out.
4-9.
Great grit from Salome Davidze. There's Davidze putting that pressure on Paris Todd by coming to the kitchen line.
Davidze getting right back in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, she's back into what got her that lead early on, and that is creating good angles, getting Paris Todd on a full sprint, getting to the kitchen line, and putting those balls away.
Score 6-9.
Timeout called on the court. Davidze just 3 points away from tying this up. How has she been able to establish somewhat of a run here?
Again, it's getting back to what she did early on, and it's create that pressure on Paris Todd, you know, by getting to that kitchen line. But again, it's not just getting to the kitchen line on any random ball. It's you have to get there at the right time. And what she's doing is she's putting Paris on the move, and she's getting there and creating good angles for herself. So let's see if she continues that. In the corner of Paris Todd, though, looks like Ryan Sherry Cal Yates in her ear a little more on this timeout than they were the last one, trying to get her kind of motivated and back in this to see what she can do to end this little mini run from Salome Davidze.
Time it. 6-9.
That's a good ball on the run from Paris Todd. Again, Davidze does what she wanted here, and just Paris Todd hits a better shot.
9-6.
Davidze playing cat and mouse with Paris Todd. Todd almost gets to that ball. Serve returns to Davidze with her chance to close the gap.
6-9.
Big serve from Davidze right there, pushes Todd way back.
Davidze climbs within 2, looking for more.
7-9.
Good stop there from Todd, but needs to capitalize. She's getting these side outs. She was just up 9-4. Davidze has answered with 3 straight and within 2. Within striking distance is Davidze here. the miss hit.
Game point for Paris Todd.
Missed opportunity there for Paris Todd. She had Davidze pushed way back in that corner, and she stayed back. I'm check marking that point off at 10-7. Todd serving. Huge opportunity missed. That ball out, and Davidze back within 2.
As close as this one could get, Davidze looking to continue her momentum. What a grab from Salome Davidze.
Wow.
How does she get this?
Oh,
Perfectly placed on the sideline.
I mean, I even got a smile out of Salome right there. You don't see that much of her on the court like that. She is locked in, but she gets that winner right there and is within 1 here in this gold medal match of tying it up.
That missed opportunity on 10-7 now for Paris Todd just looks that much more grueling for her. Look at that, right on the line. Barely looked like she could get to that ball, Salome Davidze. She doesn't, gets it, pulls herself within 1.
Got an update from the men's side. Zane Navratil takes out Federico Staxrud 15-3 in that bronze medal match. So
You don't say. A fired up Zane Navratil.
it's a rematch. We get the rematch we're looking for
I
with
love it.
Navratil and Ignatowicz. That ought to be a fun one coming up next here.
Ignatowicz said he's not doing well.
I mean, basically,
Would have had to pull out of the tournament if he had an additional match.
yeah. He's a good interview.
Davidze back to serve, looking to close within 1, tying this game up at 10 points apiece with this point on her paddle. Paris Todd holds true. Game point returns back to her side. That point was huge.
Unfortunate there. It looked like that ball did not come up. Did not come up to Davidze. And it's game point number 2, like you said, Michelle, to Paris Todd. Oh, just a little wide here from Paris Todd as a hush comes over the crowd here on championship court.
That ball is close as it can get. It is out, as we can see on our replay. Thanks to our boxcar production crew. Paris Todd, another missed opportunity. Davidze is not looking back. Paris Todd with a passing shot. That was textbook done.
Right, and so Davidze comes up, and right there, that was the issue, is where she fed that ball back on the forehand volley. She fed it to the middle. From the middle now, Todd has angles to create where she can go wherever she wants. Salome needs to pin her back in that corner with that swinging forehand. She'd have been in much better shape right there.
Paris Todd looking to finish. Game point back on her side. That ball is wide. Paris Todd takes game number 1 in this best 2 of 3 series. What did you like from Paris Todd's performance?
I mean, I like the grit out of both of these ladies right here. Salome does not give up. I thought we were going to have a problem at 10-7 where Paris Todd didn't come in on a ball that I think she could have finished the game with, but she battles through it, and we're going on to game 2.
Game 2 is just around the corner. We're going to step aside for just a moment, but don't go anywhere. This one is as close as one would expect in this gold medal matchup. We'll be right back after this short break. Back on championship court here in beautiful West Michigan, the Belknap Park facilities. It is the gold medal matchup between Salome Davidze and Paris Todd, a top 10 matchup with women's singles pro players in the world. Paris Todd snuck away with game 1 with an 11-9 finish, a gritty one at that. 2 prolific former tennis pros. We can see that on display with their baseline abilities. Game 2 is underway. Davidze back to serve to kick off this second half of the series. Davidze capitalizing.
It's a good job right off the bat from Davidze, capitalizing, like you said, and getting to that kitchen line early.
Davidze off to the 2-0 start. She never gives up, doesn't matter what the score is. She does not go away. If Paris Todd wins, she gets a gold medal. If Davidze pulls out the next 2 games, we will go to a final match to 15 points, and she came up through the back draw. So far, so good for Salome Davidze, up 3-0. Make that 4-0. What's causing the deficit on Paris Todd's side?
Well, Todd's not creating any angles for herself right now, so not able to get to the kitchen line. So by not creating angles, she's not able to put much pressure on Davidze right now. So she's just playing almost kind of what we call patty cake back and forth with her, just going baseline to baseline, no pressure put on. She's got to get Davidze on the run and get to that kitchen line. Ball was out. And looks like we're going to have our first video challenge here from Paris Todd, as we will get that video challenge replay going on that ball on the baseline as Todd.
It was a confident challenge by Paris Todd. Remember, if she wins the challenge, she gets to keep her timeout. If it is not correct and the call stands, she loses her timeout.
We'll see here is players will grab some water, and we'll see what comes of this video replay here in this gold medal match. Difference here is a 4-point or a 5-point lead here for Davidze. That ball is, oh, that's so tough. Because if that looks, is that on the ground, right? Is that on the ground? If that's on the ground, that's ball's in.
It looks
still looks in the air there. Tough.
Oof.
I don't want to make the call. That's why we're in the booth and we have professionals to make that call for us. So we'll see what happens, what they see, from what angles they're checking from as well. Michelle, we got a good men's gold medal match coming up next, though, don't we?
We do.
We got the comedian, James Ignatowicz, every interview I've had with him, he's basically sold himself short, but he is sitting pretty with that game to 15 in his back pocket coming out of the winner's bracket, taking on Zane Navratil, who took out Federico Staksrud 15-3 in that game to 15 in the bronze medal match.
Still awaiting the final verdict on the replay. And we have confirmed that it was called out of bounds, so Paris Todd loses her challenge and the timeout. Davidze continues her run up 4-0. If nothing else, it could be a good opportunity for Todd to reset, regroup. So Davidze will take us back.
15 seconds. Time in. 5-0.
What a drop from Paris Todd. On her heels, drops this ball at the feet of Salome Davidze here. Wow.
A beauty. Paris Todd earns the serve back and looking to get going, trailing by 5 here in game number 2. The ball was called wide by Paris Todd. Davidze looking for confirmation. Will we have another challenge?
We may. Ball is out. We see that. I'll make that call.
Ooh, another close drop for Paris Todd. Not enough, though. Davidze earns the serve back on her side.
I like what Paris Todd is doing. It almost seems like as Davidze is coming to the kitchen line, Todd's now going to the drop. She did it last time to attempt to do it that time. If she gets that up and over right there, there's not much Davidze can do as far as pressure with that next ball. That's what Paris Todd needs to do right there, is get to that kitchen line like that, as she had Davidze on a full sprint to the forehand side. Big serve there from Paris Todd as that pushed Davidze way back behind the baseline.
Todd 3 points away, building a lead on her side.
Another deep serve from Todd.
That ball is long. Paris Todd finding some momentum. What's working?
Well, she's pushing Davidze sideline to sideline again. And it's again, both these ladies have good game plans of what they need to do. Paris Todd knows what she needs to do. She needs to get Davidze on the run, needs to get her hitting balls on the run, and she needs to close that gap when she can. She's done it a couple times and it's worked right here. Now with that last one, she put her on the run. She ends up hitting that ball long. So a good adjustment here from Paris Todd. We'll see what Davidze can do. She can flip it and get to the kitchen line herself. That's where she's been her best.
Salome Davidze still up by 2. Fun fact about her, when she stopped playing tennis, she started building RVs for people.
You've been
I've
waiting.
been waiting to drop that
yeah,
fact.
You have.
Happy she made it back to the gold medal match.
Yeah. You've had that. You've had that in your back pocket for a while.
I have. She said during COVID, she traveled in her RV to visit friends and family, got inspired by the concept, just went to no formal training, just went to Home Depot, picked up some wood, some materials, and started building RVs for people.
It's the first you guys have heard of it. I've heard it from Michelle 4 times today. She's been waiting to drop that knowledge on everybody. I love it.
Davidze with a commanding cross-court passing shot. How did she pull this one?
I mean, that's all or nothing right there, and I don't disagree with Paris Todd coming in the net at that moment. Davidze had to hit the absolute perfect cross-court winner to hit a winner, okay? It needed to be perfect. So I don't mind Paris Todd coming up there and forcing Davidze to hit the perfect shot. A little long, Davidze trying to set up herself, getting to the kitchen line. Again, it's a mistake right there, but I don't mind it from Davidze. She's trying to get back into her game.
3-5.
Wow,
No one is missing. What a shot for Salome Davidze, painting the sideline on this double-handed backhand.
As Paris Todd comes over and she's looking almost right at us, and she's like, wow, that was a nice shot. Nothing she could do on that one.
5-3.
What a play by Davidze, picking her shots wisely. How did she set herself up for success on that one?
Got Paris Todd full sprint, back in the corner. Beautifully done by Davidze. Got back to her game plan. She was up 5-0. Todd answered with a three-point run of her own. Davidze finally gets back on the board. Doubles up Todd, 6-3. There it is from Paris Todd, getting to the kitchen line. Both these ladies, I love it. They are trying to get to their game plan. They're not letting the other dictate play. When they have that opportunity, they're getting to the kitchen line, but they're waiting for the right opportunity.
Paris Todd with a commanding backhanded finish.
Watch her come up close ground. Huge two-hander, big come on there from Paris Todd. She's back within two.
That ball is wide. Paris Todd closing in. 1 point away from tying this thing.
So you saw what Paris Todd tried to do right there. She noticed Davidze moving in. She tried to hit the drop shot. It was a little high. Davidze just overcooks it a little bit.
Nice deep serve from Paris Todd. Tie game here in game two.
Missed opportunity there from Davidze on that ball right there. She does not come in. She had Todd full extension on the run. Could have closed that gap, but missed opportunity. Todd ties it up, like you said, Michelle, at 6.
What a shot. Salome Davidze is so good at finding these sidelines and these angles.
I mean, that's an inside-out forehand that she hits with some pace.
What do you attack right now if you're Salome Davidze?
You got to attack the forehand sideline right there. Wow.
You're a psychic, Dom.
Oh, what a ball there from Davidze. But right on cue, I say that she needs to go to that forehand side because I think it'll set up her coming to the kitchen line. I'm avoiding Paris Todd's two-handed backhand at all costs.
7-6.
Both players with strong backhands. Not too bad of a forehand either for Paris Todd.
No, and that was just the wrong time for Davidze to come up. She tried to come up, make something happen. Again, nothing wrong with it every once in a while, but that's not the ball she wants to come in on when Todd's in the middle, feet are planted, and she can do whatever she wants.
6-7.
Paris Todd, have yourself a point from backhand to forehand.
I mean, Davidze she stops here, right? She knows unless Paris Todd misses that, she's not going to get back to that.
Save your gas. It's as tight as it can be in this gold medal match.
7-7.
Paris Todd back to serve, looking for one of her first leads of the game. Paris Todd chipping away, earned her way back into this game, and she's back on top.
I believe a timeout from Davidze here as
8-7.
Todd has come roaring back, and she's on an 8-2 run here after Davidze took a 5-0 lead to start this game. Both ladies very quiet in their corners right now. And they don't want to talk to anybody, they don't want to see anybody. I mean, why would you right now? You don't need to exude any more energy in this humidity here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Both of these ladies playing extremely well. And it doesn't get much closer than this, Michelle.
No, it doesn't. Paris Todd has been
15 seconds.
earning her way back into this game. Seems like she's got a handle on it. How does she close this out with 3 points to go, Dom?
I mean, be aggressive. Continue to put that pressure on Davidze. We'll see what Davidze can do to answer here if she can get to the kitchen line. When she's coming up, she's pretty confident and in control. We'll see if she can get there again. It's a good ball there from Paris Todd. Watch how low she gets here and just stays through that. You take a picture of that and show that to every youngster out there. That's how you do it right there.
Paris Todd, that legendary backhand. She is 2 points away from a gold medal here at the Beer City Open. What a play, Paris Todd, back to back. Finishing shots. Have another look.
And that is not an easy shot right there because Davidze does everything she can. She gets the ball back into the corner. Todd has to get up and underneath that to get it up and over and in the vacated area.
Paris Todd with another gold medal added to her collection. She's gained quite a few this summer. What a performance, what a comeback win. What did you see out of Paris Todd?
I mean, just great grit and determination there at the end. She goes on an 11-2 run to close out that game. She could have rolled over and died in game two, down 5-0, and said, hey, I got the third game and I have a game to 15. Let's conserve my energy. Absolutely not happening. She battles back, wins this in 2, 11-9, 11-7. Congratulations to Paris Todd and Salome Davidze for a great job all day long.
Now stick around. We'll have post-game reaction from this one and the men's gold medal match right around the corner. More amazing pickleball to be played here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. Paddletech. Let's go again.
Priorities shift from rush hours to slow breakfasts, from busy schedules to scheduled downtime. And as life happens, shifts and surprises are sure to follow. At Priority Health, we'll always be ready to shift with you, from complicated policies to ones written by humans, from a plan for one to a plan for three. Because your priorities have shifted, maybe it's time your health insurance did too.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Welcome back to Championship Court. First and foremost, congratulations to both these ladies. Salome Davidze, your silver medalist here at the 2022 Beer City Open. Congratulations to Salome. And I am with our gold medalist, Paris Todd. Paris, it didn't get any closer in that first match, 11-9. You guys battled it out. What was the difference in game one, you pulling away and taking that first game, 11-9?
First of all, I want to congratulate Salome. She had a great tournament, and she put up a really tough fight, and she's always out here and just battling her best, so I just take my hat off to her.
All right, so back to that match, 11-9, you take game one. What was the difference maker there with you ending up on top in game one?
I think it just came down to the big points. I just made a little bit better decision in those big points, and I just kept calm and just did my thing.
Game two, you're down 5-0 real quick. What changed? You had a challenge that didn't go your way. She goes up 5-0. What was the difference maker, you going on an 11-2 run to end that second game?
Yeah, she came out really hot. She was firing, you know. Sometimes she can go on like a 4 or 5 point run. You just got to stay calm, you know. It's pickleball. Anything can happen. You can always come back, so.
How do you stay calm with a guy like Ryan Sherry in your corner? He is in your ear the whole time. But again, you have Ryan Sherry, you have Kyle Yacer in your corner kind of picking you up during timeouts. What's that like to have two guys like that in your corner helping you out?
First of all, how lucky am I, right? But yeah, Kyle and Ryan, I mean, I've been training with them, looking to kind of go down to Fort Myers a little bit more. So it's just been so fun, and they've been so great. So thank you guys.
All right, congratulations, Paris Todd, your gold medalist, women's pro singles here at the 2022 Beer City Open. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, a rematch of the winner's bracket final for the men's pro singles gold medal. Zane Navratil and James Ignatowicz coming back at you next. Don't go anywhere.